How do you approach this tie at Manchester United tomorrow, then knowing what you do about them and the form that they are in?
I can't really affect the form that they're in. I can't really affect the players that we're up against. You've all seen it. We've seen it. Our supporters would have seen it. How they're playing. All we can do is affect and control our team, our attitude, and the way we go about it. I think we all talk about, without being defeatist, if they say yes and it's their night and they play to the top of their ability, it's going to be a really tough night for us to get a result. But we're hoping that's not the case, and hoping we flip that around and we play to the top of our ability and have a really special night, as Tim said, to gain that result. And we'll be doing all we can do to try and fake that.
You were talking a moment or so ago about identity. I mean, it's been a season of near misses in terms of performances along the way. Yet, do you still feel that some of that has been lost potentially, of that identity of this team?
No, I don't, because I think it's always a team that gives everything, which is the key to the identity bit. Listen, I can't hide from the fact that individually we've not played as well as we can do, and that affects the team and the team performance. I think always in a season there's some performances that you really don't enjoy, and I've said that all along in my four and a half years here. Even in the League One days, there's a couple of performances that I didn't enjoy. First year in the champ, and obviously the promotion season, and even last year. So that's been the case, which we understand, and that can happen to everybody. The obviously the rhythm and the momentum of the team has not been in a place where I would have liked it to have been, through various reasons, through things that we need to look at, of course, individual performances, team performances, and other stuff that we really can't do anything about. The ridiculous injuries that we've had right the way along our campaign, and keep saying it, the big moments, and I keep saying it. Harry Kane, 25 yards out, make a mistake, ultimately ends up in the back of the net. An incredible goal by Ndombele, and that's what you're up against in this division, and it's not going to change. But we have to try to cut out those mistakes, play a near perfect game, because that's what we did last year. There's no margin for error with the players that we've got. That's a fact, and those are the margins that we're dealing in.
Do you take some hope and confidence from the fact that Sheffield United have been involved in some epic games against Man United in the Premier League in the last couple of years?
But that doesn't affect the result or the performance, in my opinion. What happens 3 or 4 years ago, this year, of course, they've been tight games. We can take confidence off the back of that. We can look at the games that we've played against these super clubs, which that's what they are in every aspect. They're super clubs, and that's what we're up against. Incredibly talented teams, as I've talked about, and everything that goes with these, top European clubs, because that's what we're up against. Tottenham, Chelsea coming up, Man U, Man City, they're top European clubs, and we've been on a journey, as I said, 6 years in League One, and bounced our way through pretty quickly, and having a season that's not sitting right with us, but still tight games that we've been involved in last year, against both the Manchester clubs, home and away. Apart from the away game after lockdown, so 3 out of 4 games and 2 games this year. So we're doing bits and pieces right. We're trying to close that gap, and we have to produce, recent performances, take all the good things out of those performances, and try and take it into Old Trafford on Wednesday night, and obviously the Etihad on Saturday.
Just finally from me, team news, have things eased or changed at all as regards to McBurney, Mousse, Osborne and their potential availability?
No, we're waiting on Mousse, but the others won't be involved. So I think we've got potentially 9 players out of our group unavailable for the trip on Wednesday. Fingers crossed that there might be 1 or 2 of those boys back for the weekend, but that's a day-to-day observation and a situation.